Jam Nation. This is the Songwriter Podcast.
Thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, man.
Where have you come from to be here?
We just got off a tour supporting American Aquarium, a pretty badass rock and roll band out of North Carolina, and a longtime homie. But they're on a bus, right? And so we're not. And so we were chasing a bus around. Those tours are always a little bit grueling and not a lot of free time. And so I had a day off, and then I got here.
Yeah. What's their fan base like? They like for your music.
Their fan base loves music.
Yeah.
Knows how to buy merch.
Yeah.
But working class,
That's it.
Big-hearted. Maybe some former punk rockers in the crowd that got kids now, kind of thing. But there for a good time and not there to be hating. Yeah. Not there to be hateful and hurtful. It's a empathetic audience.
Yeah. I mean, so your background with music is a punk rock influence there, or?
I've always said, and I believe this: had I not grown up in Cynthiana, Kentucky, where there was literally like one punk rock kid, and that dude could throw hands, bro.
Oh, no.
But like I didn't know. I mean, the punk rock I knew was the shit we knew, right? Like at our age, it was like Green Day, Offspring, which is like the punk kids would say, "Nah, that's Barbie stuff or whatever, man." But like the ethos and the attitude is always what struck me, and that's why I think I would have been a punk rock kid if I was, on the coast or whatever, and adding, coloring that a little bit, like my formative thing. I've told this story too many times, man. But I moved to Lexington to start a band. I was in a small town, and failing. All those cats wanted to play for 4 hours, covers, whatever bullshit. And I moved to Lexington, and wasn't long after that. I don't know how censoring we're being, but
go for it. Let it go.
My consciousness was not in my head all the way this night, and the buddy took me to see Sunday Valley in Lexington, Kentucky, in the summer of 2006, and it blew my brain open, dude.
Yeah.
And maybe a little bit of that was the experience I was having right then, but man, it really felt like, and it stayed with me a long time after that. It's not like now, right? Everybody's trying to jump on like the next artist that's going to be the hot thing.
Yeah.
Back then, there was not any channels for original music in Kentucky, especially this thing that those guys were doing, which was like mad unique. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like electric bluegrass. There's a bunch of punk rockers drinking PBRs, watching these boys with cowboy hats on stage, and like what it showed me is like that aggressive rock and roll punk rock.
Yeah.
That I didn't know I was hip to. Like, that was my entry to punk rock, really, was a country band playing electric bluegrass. You know what I mean? Like, Stu's attitude has always been punk rock, man.
Yeah. we're talking to WD about that. It's just like the two environments. So I listened to some hardcore stuff as well. I grew up on like Atreyu, Under Oath, MXPX. I mean, my younger brothers are right into that kind of stuff as well. And that's the music I love as well, because they write their own music. It meant something, and they played all the instruments. They left it bare out there.
Yeah.
And then we got like Americana, the Kentucky kind of style of music. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's like when you're listening to it, it's like, I've got something to say. That's what I've got to say.
Right.
And you could point to it and feel it wasn't overproduction, or it wasn't like going to a songwriter's session and you were covering someone else's song.
Yeah.
These guys were feeling it, and then they rocked out as well.
Yeah.
So
it's heart music, though.
Yeah.
I mean, all this stuff, man, it's the blues, it's punk rock, all this stuff is human beings struggle.
Yeah.
And trying to connect, man.
Yeah.
And the stuff that is not indicative of that, people smell that a mile away, and they don't like it.
Yeah. It's kind of like, and then punk rock, that rebellious, we're going to flip the table, and everyone attracted to it. Then everyone goes, and then someone goes, do that. That. Yeah. And everyone goes, no.
Yeah.
And I think the Australia, we've got a real strong hardcore scene. Alpha Wolves, it's a big scene, and they'll smell you out.
Yeah.
You're trying to fake this, that group, that crowd.
Yeah.
If you're a bad band and you're trying to,
I dig that, man. Good, though. I mean, it's like doing stand-up at the Apollo. Don't be coming in half-assed, man. They're going to eat you.
Yeah, exactly,
I don't know really jack about hard. Everything I know about hardcore is W.D. Miller's taught me,
Yeah.
But I get it, and I know that had I been a Miami Beach kid, that's probably the scene I've been rolling. It sure wouldn't have been country music. I I lumped country music. I was raised on artists and not necessarily genre. And so like Dire Straits, man, Pink Floyd is like the biggest one. But George Jones was like, in my family, it's like Jesus and like George was right. And the more you learn about the man, you know. But still to this day, like my number one. But like besides him, besides Hank, I lumped country. At the time, it was like Garth Brooks and that kind of stuff. But you know, I'm a weird kid out in a county in Kentucky, not even originally from Kentucky. Look different, talk a little bit different, whatever, from Louisiana. And the country kids, the kids that listen to that stuff, because that was the hot shit, you know. I mean, that's, you know, I think 75% of the school was in Future Farmers of America, bro. Like, you know, they didn't like me. They picked on me. They whooped me. And that's what the cool kids were listening to, was country music. So I lumped that in. I'm like, I'm not a cool kid. I don't want to be a cool kid. I don't want to listen to that cowboy shit. Like, that ain't me. You know, I want to play this Metallica music. I want to play this Guns N' Roses music. And so you see, like, kind of like the through line. I think still to this day, you know, now we're on stage singing songs about our wives and our kids. And but it's still that, like, I don't know. I like to think that sauce, you know.
100%.
We're human. Like, you hear my voice crack. It's cracking right now talking to you. You know? I mean, this ain't. I don't know if y'all auto-tuning this.
There ain't none of that. I think our fan base will smell that out as well.
Right.
I mean, that's what it is. I mean, that's the stories that fans want to hear as well. Like, you know, I listen to a song and I dig it, but then when I find out what it's about, I can't listen to the song again. The same way. Right. You know what I mean? And which, I mean, your latest album, it's good.
Thank you, man. Thank you. That was a long time coming. It was a long childbirth, bro.
Yeah. How long did it take to put that together?
I mean, we started recording it every bit of three and a half years before it came out. I was kind of doing some, you know, I'm not going to, you know, show how the sausage is made too much, but behind the scenes in the music business can be soul wrenching and heartbreaking. And I was playing a little bit of that game, trying to make sure that it found the proper home and that I was going to set it on, you know, to use another metaphor, that we're not kicking this thing out of the nest before it can fly. Like that it was going to have a good chance of people hearing it, you know, because so much of my heart had gone into making it and recording it. But, you know, so finally it's like, look, dude, I'm going to self-release this. Like, I've never quite really self-released a record. I mean, with my old band, we did Fifth on the Floor, but, you know, I've had help and things like that financially. So I'm like, I think I can eat this. I think we can take a go. And it's frankly been the best performing album of my career. You know, this
the fans
collection
really
of love songs. Yeah, it's interesting, man. And like, you know, I'm one of those that I get real bored real quick. I mean, like, my guys will tell you, like, I don't really like repeat myself. If fans are expecting this song here, we will not play that song there. Like, it's just, I know it's kind of asshole, but like, I don't like being in ruts creatively. I don't like being in ruts as an artist. And also, what are you paying for, man? If you're paying to just hear the tracks, like, played exactly like that. So I like to shake it up, and that's album to album too. Like, sonically, the previous album was real big, and influences were like Floyd, Radiohead, Bon Iver. Like, I wanted to use, if this is how much space I could fill in a wave file, I want to feel all that. I want that to be dense. I wanted it to feel big. And this one, I very much wanted to hear the room. You know, I wanted, if somebody puts on those headphones, they feel like they're in here, like we're in here right now. And seeing somebody bleed through the song or whatever, or hearing that, you know, hearing those little fiddle sounds or hearing that squeaky kick pedal or whatever it is, you know, I want to feel
which is so
close.
You know, it's so awesome to hear that now. Everyone's just, it's like mass production, like get it out, get it out, get it out. You know what I mean? And you will get the masses that will just consume whatever. But albums like that, you know, the real fans, and I think you'll weed out the shit fans. Because the real fans will just be like, okay, you get me. I mean, I wish you wouldn't have done this. I wish you didn't do a sad album. I wish you, it's like, well, fuck yourself over there. I'm not fucking here for you. You know what I mean?
Well, I think the artists I'm interested in, and it sounds like you might be the same way, I'm signing up for whatever they're delivering. I might not like it. But, I mean, there's been plenty of albums that wasn't for me. Wasn't my favorite thing. But the idea of it, what they were, what was behind them making that, I'm very attracted to. You know what I mean?
100%, yeah.
I don't know.
You get that like Waylon wouldn't have done it that way, and it's just so like. And then you sing something that Waylon definitely wouldn't have done it that way. It's
Dude,
like
there's a lot of dorks in the country music scene throwing Waylon's name around and only grasping 1% of that man, I think. And that's just my opinion, man. But
they don't want to be rebellious though. Like George Jones, like he wasn't a straight shooter. It wasn't just you know what I mean. Like they're like outlaw and like.
Well, it's like Outlaws that there's a crew of 100 of them and they're all outlaws. The Outlaw's the one dude.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
The Outlaw's the one dude that don't need that whole crew with him.
Exactly.
And a lot of clones out there calling themselves outlaw. But anyway.
I mean, Sturgill was like, when he brought it out, I was like, oh, yeah, it's not the Sturgill I know. He's like, he's not here for you.
Stu's, but Stu's outlaw because he'll do some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Not because he's telling everybody he's outlaw.
Yeah. Queen of Queens.
She's crowned the Queen of Queens. Her days begun with a burning sun and a shadow. She'll reverse the tide and be first to ride into battle.
Man, I want to know about this story, about this song.
It's really I think it's the cornerstone of the album. It's the heart of the album because I write albums very backwards, man. It will often start from how I want it to be sonically. And then not that any of them are a concept album, but like why are these 10, 12, 9 songs, why are they on this piece together? Because I don't like the idea of like, yo, this dude wrote 10 songs. It's just the 10 songs he wrote and that's the album. Like, why is that an album, dude? Especially in Spotify age. Just drop those as singles. Man.
Yeah.
The tissue in this was during the pandemic when we're locked down. I've been a touring man my whole life, outside of about 5 years of bullshit jobs and playing bars. And so like when me and my wife got back together, I was a touring guy then. You know, she married a touring guy. We learned how to be a married couple that, you know, husband's home a quarter, you know, maybe a quarter of the time, half the time, whatever.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, I'm home, man. And I'm home every day. And I'm up under her. I'm in her way. My shit is in the corner. Like, you know what I mean?
She's got a routine. And what are you doing with this routine? Yeah.
And it's an interesting thing because we are partners and all things. But, like, when you're gone, she's being 100% of the parent. You right?
Yeah.
Like, she's 100% of what's happening in the house. So, like, there is that little bit of adjustment of, like, oh, shit, you put that there? All right, my bad. You know, in the hotel, we just throw it there or whatever. You know?
We got a lot of like mining people when they work 2 weeks off, 2 weeks on, and when they come, that's what the clash is.
It's a lot of that.
This is what we do with the kids. The kids sit at the table. We eat at this time. And
That's
like,
right.
I was been working 2 weeks straight. And that's that's where that clash is.
And we get all this glory, which like even at my modest level, that can affect you a little bit. And then when you're home, you realize who's doing the work.
Oh, yeah.
And so you get all this, everybody's paying all this attention.
Yeah.
And I'll be her.
Yeah.
It ought to be her. If it was merit-based, it would be her. Yeah. But because she ain't, singing loud songs, loud guitars, whatever. Applause. So really that was, that's what drove this album. And then specifically with Queen of Queens, I really wanted to take on the challenge of writing like an absolute love song for real, like
mission accomplished. It was
your face on the floor. You're humbling yourself completely, man.
Well, I tell you, I was listening to it because introduced my wife to it, and she looked at me and goes, "Why can't you love me like that?" and I was like, maybe he's not writing about his wife. Maybe there's something different. I was going like, maybe it's like,
it might be his bass player he's writing about. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah. That's what she said to me. I was like,
That has been. I've gotten a few of those comments, man. Good. Well, good. I like what you were saying earlier about like when you find out what a song is about, maybe that makes it a little less interesting. Like I think with all this kind of music, I'm not a guy telling a story about Sam Stone. Like that's not really how I write. It's not necessarily narrative. It's definitely an infantile inner me child saying, I feel this way about this thing or whatever.
It comes
so if you could project
your
thing onto it, I think that's rad, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's what music does. I mean, it's kind of why you're here. That's why you want to do it. It's like if you can move people and translate to that.
Yeah.
Woman on the Run.
Woman
that comes out, like I did I was at a festival in Wyoming, and when that comes on, it's kind of like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
Get you going.
Yeah, where are we going? But it was that kind of that Wyoming Western, the start of it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, is that what you were going for, or is it just happened that way?
That song specifically is number 6 in like the final part of a story I've told, one song at a time. So one song per album. All my albums, my Fifth on the Floor albums, and then my solo records. And it had been the kind of, the Too Long Didn't Read of it is it's kind of about this dude that's like running from something, whatever that is, catches up to him. The town doles out their justice. They kill him, and then it turns out they got it wrong. The town's cursed, blah, blah, blah. But there was always, and this is something I'm always drawn to, there's always this kind of like in country music specifically, or like roots music, blues, all that.
Yeah.
There's always like the mysterious her, there's the mysterious like, she done me wrong kind of thing. And that's it. That's all we colored her. And this isn't me like trying to be like, I'm certainly a feminist, but that I don't want to take undue credit, but like it was like, well, that's kind of shit writing, man. It like, is this mysterious her just 2D? That's it. She's only there to drive the story. That's weak. And criticizing myself, I'm like, here I've had this mysterious her that homeboy's been running from. What's her story? Like, what's her bag? And so that song was me lyrically and sonically kind of tying a nice little bow on a thing. Wow. And those songs had all been quite aggressive. Mm-hmm. And so with this one, I was really trying to, with Woman on the Run, if you really listen to it, man, there ain't much happening musically in those verses. It's very breathing,
Yeah, because when it comes out, like when you start the song, you're like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, we're on a journey here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I was like kind of thrown off.
Because it's, to stereotype a little bit, but we all know that a woman is much more complex than us men.
Sir.
We're pretty.
Yes, sir.
We know one
Simple.
or two kind of paths, man.
We
Sometimes
got two buttons.
Right.
A woman's like a keyboard. It's just,
so I was trying to do that musically,
Yeah.
and I feel like an asshole even explaining it, but that is what drove that song.
Yeah. You mentioned Fifth Floor. Like, what was that life like?
I'm pretty grateful that TikTok and smartphones weren't really so much a thing, because we were maniacs, man. We were wild. We were very drunk. We prided ourselves on being able to smoke, at least in our minds.
Oh, you were a kid. You know what I mean? Like we all were.
Kid in my 20s.
Yeah. I was before the Facebook thing, and I was like, I would have been
rock and roll, man.
So many times. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. It was. I always thought that we were a band that loved country music, and none of us came from it. So we were like doing our interpretation of that.
Yeah, living it out.
But it was very loud. It was very fast, and I think, put on a show. I don't know if they were necessarily coming for the music or not.
Yeah,
but it was.
Because you guys got quite big. Like, it was.
We did good.
Yeah.
We charted a record on the country charts. We definitely broke that band up at the worst time for Kentucky music, because it was like a year later, and Kentucky started being a genre.
Yeah.
But we had our little corner of this tapestry in this state, and I'm proud of it. But also for me anyway, and I hope this doesn't make any listeners bristle, but for me as an artist and me as a man, that just stopped being interesting to me.
Gotcha.
And like, I'm not good at lying or bullshitting. Mm-hmm. I'm too like lazy. Like, if I don't like you, I'll try to be polite, but like, taking some effort. You know what I mean? And like, I'm not going to sit up here and sing songs that are meaningless, because I don't know how to put that fake ass face on,
I think you can tell that in the scene as well, because when you released the album, it was artists sharing it. It wasn't fans like, it was like every artist in Kentucky was sharing that album. You know what I mean? And that's,
I'm grateful.
I think that's how it's like a canary in a coal mine. It's like, if artists are putting their name behind it, you hold so much weight in the Kentucky scene. I'm
grateful.
Everyone loves
I hope that's the case. I always feel like an imposter, or like I'm like, they left the barn door open a little too long, and I snuck in because, because when I first started touring, people didn't know my story. They're asking me about Appalachia.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm a guest in Appalachia just like you are.
Yeah.
I moved to Kentucky when I was 13, and I moved to Central Kentucky, Cynthiana, which has a ton of woes, but it's not Appalachian. I don't feel comfortable being a spokesman for the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
But I do feel very comfortable expressing my love for the state and just trying to have my little corner to paint in on whatever it is we're doing. I'm grateful if Kentuckians like my stuff. That's great, man. It's not it ain't bluegrass.
Yeah, it's a beautiful state. I mean, you can see like Laurel Cove. You know what I mean? It's that's it.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? It started like just in the ballroom here, and it just grew because of the people. That's what makes Laurel Cove so special. And I think that's Kentucky.
Yeah.
I mean, I talked to a few people in Australia. Like Tyler sells out, and they're like, I went to Tyler. I go, yeah. Did you dig deeper into his catalog or anyone else's? And I'm like, oh no. I'm like, no. Get away from me. Be off with you. You know, I want look into Kentucky. Dig a little deeper. And yeah. Up there with angels.
You're up there with the angels, we're down here with the dogs. We take out our own eyes just to see them when they fall. But there's a line between us both, it'll damn sure get crossed. They're up there with the angels, and we're down here with the dogs.
Yeah. I mean, the emperor has no clothes. Go.
All right, I'm gonna be 100.
Yeah, I mean, the emperor has no clothes, and then you like the Joker's in the car, and we're down. You know, I mean, it seems like the princess and the difference between the royalty and stuff like that.
I think it's pretty explicit. I got to be honest though, I wrote that at a different time politically. That's the oldest. That's the longest time between writing a song and recording a song of any of my career, dating back to Fifth on the Floor was still together when I first penned that song.
Oh, wow. So what time frame we're looking?
It was reflective of, I'm going to say 13-ish. Wow. It was reflective of frankly, the vast distance between have and have not in this country at the time. And that's only gotten further, man. And, I'm not a political guy, but I'm a dude with a heart that is raising daughters, and I give a shit. And so I'm not really interested in like calling out specific people, but I think that our tolerance for disgusting behavior and disgusting treatment of our neighbors is alarming. And I don't want to be preachy ever, man. But I do want to
live. Has to be said. Yeah.
Well, it has to be said, or at least like show by example, dude.
Yep.
And so like I maybe tell too many strangers I love them, but like if they're in the room and we're all having a good time with music, and I'm seeing you smile and you hug your woman and this, that, and other thing, like I do love that, dude. That's like we're a little bit off there, but anyway, in respect to the song itself, it is a moral line in the sand for me,
I think it's like social media and the disconnect. Like we're so disconnected. Like you can say what you want, there's no repercussions.
Yeah,
you can say hateful stuff. Back in the day, you don't get to say that. Yeah. The punk kid with the good hands would solve that issue.
We're going to solve that.
We're going to solve that issue. But now it's a free for all.
Even pushing aside the good hands, dude. Decency, man. You wouldn't say that because you're decent. Yeah. I'm not even saying you here. I think most people are decent.
Yeah.
But there is something. And I'm not like a conspiracy theorist. I think this is pretty well documented, but it seems like we create more revenue as a people when we're pissed off.
Yeah.
And it's a lot easier for us to be quote unquote pissed off at each other because that feels a little 50-50.
Yep.
When if we were directing that at those assholes, that's about a 99-10 or 99-1. I can do math, I promise.
Yeah. But it's
you know what I mean? Yeah, that's to their advantage that we keep doing this to each other.
Yeah.
When
I kind of feel like the more off the grid you go. So we went to Wyoming, Montana. Like the further remote you go, where they're kind of away from it, it's take your hat off when you greet someone. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yep.
They haven't been affected by it yet because they're like, we're off the grid, kind of.
I would even counter though, even in the middle of New York City, man. It might not be yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir, but New Yorkers looking out for New Yorkers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like your community and what we've done is like we've somehow othered these communities. That's like, tell me for real, dude, what the real difference really fundamentally is between a Kentucky liberal and a Kentucky conservative. Because these are both people trying to feed their family.
Yeah.
What is the real difference? And on most issues, on social issues, they might say they disagree, but when you get to nuts and bolts, they don't. Maybe there's different paths, and I think that we need to have the grace in this country to, allow someone else to have a different path and to at least listen to ideas. We don't have to shoot it down because you come from the other thing.
Yeah.
That's ignorant, dude. And also, like, what was the whole point of this country if we wasn't supposed to, like, get all these ideas together and let's see which the best ones are?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not interested in putting on a hat, red, blue, whatever, and towing some line, dude. No.
100%. I mean, what I was talking about before, I don't think I can listen to this song again the same. You know, now that I know the story, I mean, so you're saying there's, 13-year gap. Like, what was stopping you? It was just going through that journey of...
With the song coming out?
With the song we're talking about, you're saying, like, the Emperor Has No Clothes and stuff like that. You said there's a 13-year gap to write that song.
Yeah.
Is it because you were just going through a journey?
There was a couple lines in there that were newer. Literally, I think 2, and I'd have to think about what they are now. But musically, the song was kind of like, I knew that there was more meat on the bones of the lyrics than I was presenting musically. The song kind of started, it was almost like this, I don't know, it's kind of like swampy or so, I don't know.
Yeah.
It just never found its groove, and I kind of love that about songs because, like, man, some kid's gonna knock out the test real quick, turn in, and get that A+.
Yeah.
But there might be a genius sitting in the back that's chewing on the eraser and taking their time. They might be the last one out of the room, and they might blow everybody's minds. And I'm a slow-moving dude. It might take 12 years for a song to come out. Yeah. But wouldn't you rather me take that time and try to get it right?
100%.
I clearly am in no hurry. It was 5 years between albums. So to my manager and my wife's and my band's, they're not stoked about how quick I move. But
that's awesome. I mean, so what song are you gonna play for us today?
I think I'm gonna do Queen of Queens. I think that's the most. I think that's the most indicative of where I am right now.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Cool.
Thank you.
She's about as beautiful a bomb as I've ever seen. I've just been staring at the photo there for her next to me. She brought me the feeling that a heart can't stop beating if it wants. And it's a good thing. She's a bright thing born in a lightning storm in a bottle. And I ain't never faked it, able to say what I ought. So let grateful and overwhelmed make the case that I should settle down. Then it's settled. She's a sight unseen. Her beauty's obscene. My lady's crowned the queen of queens. Her days begun with a burning sun in her shadow. She'll reverse the tide and be first to ride into battle. A woman's as warm as desert trees on the bright side of Mercury, and it seems she's dopamine in a coffee bean. My lady's crowned the queen of queens. Ooh. So let these mountains move if she asks them to without waiting. Let the stars burn cold and dark with no hesitating. Oh, just let this writer's pen confess a final testament without end. She's a war machine, but her hands are clean. My baby's crowned the queen of queens. She's the final scene, and she's the in-between. And she's crowned the queen of queens. Ooh. She's crowned the queen of queens.
Thank you for listening to the Songwriter Podcast. You can find out more about this artist in the show notes, including links to their work. Rob Hillier is the host of the Songwriter Podcast and the founder, CEO of Jam Nation. Brad Luttrell is our executive producer. Jacob Bozarth is our co-producer. The show was recorded and edited by Sam Tucker with Tucker Creative. The show's incredible intro vocals are by singer-songwriter Emily Jamerson. Thank you to Pine Mountain State Park for hosting these conversations and Bell County Tourism for helping us coordinate. This show is brought to you by Jam Nation. If you haven't heard of Jam Nation, it's an app not just for fans, but fanatics. Jam Nation app tracks your listens, it connects you with other top fans, and it helps you earn not only bragging rights, but you're going to get exclusive access to content, tickets, and more. We're always adding in new features, so it's going to continue to evolve. This is your chance to get in early. You can download the Jam Nation app from the app stores right now, and many of the artists that are on this show and coming on this show are already there. If you enjoyed this episode, we really would appreciate a rating on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, or wherever you're listening. It really matters. I promise you it does, and it helps the show grow, gives us traction, and gives us social proof so that we can continue to go out and get more songwriters on the podcast.